Just want to point out this cue right here, which is sales invoices predicted to be overdue. So when we start talking about the larger stack of applications or the larger feature set from Microsoft, this is an example of artificial intelligence that has been integrated into Business Central. So Microsoft has been developing for artificial intelligence technology for 10, 12 years. And it's at various levels within Azure. You can go out, you can build environments, et cetera. But Microsoft is now integrating that technology into their business applications. And this is an example of where it's been integrated into Business Central. So what this queue is doing is it's actually analyzing my accounts receivable transactions prior to them actually being past due. Now my dates are a little weird because I've got demo data here, but prior to a transaction being past due, it's looking at what's the likelihood, or answering the question, what's the likelihood that the customer is going to be paying this transaction late? So what we see with artificial intelligence technology is the ability to make proactive business decisions using this information, using this data set. So you think typically, AR, after a transaction's past due, maybe you wait 30 days, maybe you wait 45 days, I don't know, whatever your cycle might be, you start the collections process. Well, think about being able to start the collections process at the point of entering a transaction if the likelihood is that the customer is going to pay it late. So you think about being able to help run your business, making better business decisions using artificial intelligence technology. This queue, you just enable it. There's nothing you have to set up in Azure. I don't have to build a model. I don't have to do any of this complex calculations around artificial intelligence. I can just turn on the queue. Now, if you want to enable your Azure environment and you want to tweak the way that the AI engine is working and how it's analyzing this data, you certainly can do that in Azure. So the ability for you to make changes to the calculation and the way that AI is working, certainly available to you, but you do not need to do that to leverage this technology. A couple other places AI has been incorporated into the application: cash flow forecasts. So when I go to actually generate a cash flow forecast, I'm just going to come in here so that you can see how this works, process, suggest worksheets. So I can look at all sorts of different types of transactions to include in a cash flow forecast. So traditional receivables, payables, service orders, you get the point, you can read through there. We have the ability though to enable the Azure AI forecasting in the cash flow forecasting, the cash flow module. So another place that AI is incorporated into Business Central out of the box. Again, I just enable it. Next thing I just want to point out is inventory items. They typically don't have enough data to make this work, but down here on the bottom, you'll notice that one of these items actually do have enough item. Let's see, try my bicycle. Yeah, I don't have enough historical data, but this little forecasting fact box down here is going to be used to look at my future inventory levels. So it's going to look at supply and demand. I can determine how far out I want to look, and I can determine what periods I want to look at: day, week, month, that sort of thing. But this is going to look at an inventory forecast. So another example of artificial intelligence that has been leveraged and is incorporated in the application.